Okay, this next one, because you have a big set here, and inside the big set you have little sets, and inside the little set you have even littler sets, it can get kind of tricky. You can do it a couple different ways. You can do it each step one by one like we do here, or you can get one set down to a number, one set down to a number, get that set down to a number, and then work on the outside. So you'll see here that I have these, they're called curvy lines. That's the actual math word for them, is curvy lines. And these curvy lines are grouping a set of brackets and a set of brackets. So this would be considered parentheses, but inside these parentheses you have brackets and brackets, which is also parentheses. And inside the brackets you have parentheses and parentheses. Okay? So how I would solve this one is I would focus on one bracket here, get it down to one number. Then focus on this bracket, get it down to one number. Okay? Keep it in its curvy lines, get it down to one number, and then bring that down. So that's how we're going to do that. All right, so I'm just going to focus on this bracket here. Inside brackets, you still have to follow order of operations. So I still have to do parentheses first. So I have 5 plus 3, which is 8. You have to keep it in parentheses because it's connected to the 3. Bring down your minus and your 16. You have subtraction and multiplication. You're going to multiply first and get 24. Bring down your minus, bring down your 16. Okay. Subtraction problem, so keep, change, change. Keep the 16, change to addition, change to negative 24. Now I have one of each. When you have one of each, you subtract highest minus lowest, which gives you 8. The 24 is bigger and it's negative, so it's going to be a negative 8. So this bracket went down to negative 8. The only thing I need to keep on this side is that curvy line and the plus sign in between. Now I'm going to focus on this bracket. Okay, I got this bracket down to negative 8, brought down my curvy line, brought down my plus. Now I want to focus on this bracket. So inside here I have parentheses, so I have to do keep, change, change. Once it's addition, look at what you have. I have one of each, so I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 3 is 6, and 9 is bigger than 3 and it's negative, so negative 6. Okay, so I brought down my minus, I brought down my 26, and I brought down my exponent. Next would be your exponent. And this is 2 negative 6's being multiplied together. And negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Bring down your minus, bring down your 26. Now I have a subtraction problem, so I'm going to do keep, change, change. Once you have that addition problem, you look and see what you have, and you have one of each. When you have one of each, you subtract, putting the highest minus the lowest, and you get 10. Okay. 36 is bigger than 26. 36 is negative, so it's negative 10. And then all I need to bring down there is my curvy line. So again, I got this bracket down to negative 8. I got this bracket down to negative 10. I kept the plus sign in the middle, and I kept my curvy lines. Okay, go ahead and bring down your minus 4, square root 25 minus 9. Okay, inside these curvy lines, I have an addition problem, and they're both negative, which means you add. And when you add, you get 18, and when you add 2 negatives, you get a negative. You can drop the curvy lines because you got it down to one number. Bring down your minus 4, square root 25 minus 9. Now all of my parentheses are done. I did my curvy lines, or I did my bracket, and I did my curvy lines, so I'm done with my parentheses. Next is exponents or square root. Well, down here, you'll notice in the square root, there's something you have to do first before you can find the square root. So 25 minus 9 is 16. So I still have square root 16. Okay, so now what is the square root of 16? Well, that's 4. Now, because this square root is connected to this 4, you need to put it in parentheses. Because if you have something touching something else, that means multiplication. So 4 times 4 is 16. And now I'm just down to a subtraction problem, so I'm going to do keep, change, change. Keep the negative 18, change to addition, change to its opposite, and now I have 2 negatives. When you have 2 negatives, you add. And when you add 2 negatives, you get a negative. And that one is done.